So I froze. I'm back. I hope I'm moving now. I hope I've got some more people to watch again, and hopefully we can get Naomi back too. Thank you, Naomi. Let's see if we can do this. I hope this one works, because being frozen is not a good look. And was I pretty when I was frozen?
I can tell because the comments were all in your face. I hope so. Oh, you're always beautiful, darling. You're always beautiful.
Am I back?
We're back. Yeah.
I'm back and moving. Hi
Take
again.
two.
Hi, Laura. Take two. Let's go.
Take two.
Maria, everyone's coming back. This is good vibes.
This is good. Let's just do the intro again, because otherwise won't make any sense.
This is true.
The YouTube
okay.
channel.
So I'm MJ. I'm working behind the scenes with Naomi, with You Flourish, and we're doing RESTFEST. We're doing it. So you've come on tonight to tell us a bit more about you. You've already kind of explained a bit about how you got there, but would you like to summarize what your position is and now how you got there?
Oh, how I got there, how I got to be a festival organizer. It's quite a long story, really.
Well, your business, let's start with You Flourish.
Business. Okay, so You Flourish came around about, like, just to recap from the conversation we're having before MJ got frozen.
Yeah.
You Flourish came around about as a pregnancy-based business, because I was a hypnobirthing teacher, a baby calm teacher, parent coach, and I was working with another really beautiful woman, and we joined forces, and we wanted to share all the amazing network of women that we were meeting that had so much wisdom to share and so much inspiration and information. We wanted to share it with everybody, and that's why You Flourish started running pregnancy events. And we did about 18 of those. Really big one up at Brighton Racecourse in 2014, I think it was. It's all a bit of a blur now. Kids were tiny then. And yeah, that was huge. We had like 500 people, 80 exhibitors, and that really gave me a taste for live events. We used to run workshops at those. And that was the bit I was most passionate about, really, was like, get like women, go to these workshops, because there's so really incredible people in there that have just got such brilliant messages and such amazing information that you need it. So after I've kind of grown out of the pregnancy world, I still teach hypnobirthing because it's been so monumental for me, and I just truly believe that every woman on this planet really should look into it when they're pregnant, and really the information that hypnobirthing provides is just completely game-changing, not just for having your baby in birth, but for your whole entire life. You know, it's real mindset stuff, and my husband and I have both used it in our businesses and our professional lives and our personal lives, and it's just made incredible difference.
So was it kind of a progression as your children got older, they were no longer babies, that you decided to shift your energy towards the women-centric events rather than the children then? And then
definitely. You know what it's like when the kids are little, you're just so in that pregnancy zone, and I was just like wanting to absorb as much information and meet as many people that are in that same stage of life as me, and I loved it. You know, it was really fascinating. But as I've grown, and finally I feel like you just come out of like this haze, and like one day you just realize, oh my god, I'm still here, like I'm a woman, like I'm not just a mum, I'm not just someone's mum, but I'm here as an individual. And now my children are really looking up to me as a woman, and I want to be the best kind of woman that I can be. You know, I'm not perfect, but I've always strived to be learning and being a really good role model for my children. And I guess that's what kind of started this new explanation in the well-being world. You know, what is it that I've learned so much? I've turned 40 this year, and I was just like, I don't want my kids to have to wait 40 years to get these nuggets of wisdom. I want to be able to share them with them now, and share it with other women, so they can be sharing with their children, so they don't have to go this massive long journey of self-discovery. They're discovering it all early, and you know, they're going to make quicker progress. You know, the evolutionary for women and females. So I can't remember what the question was.
But I know we met on a hypnobirthing course that you were running, and that has been transformational for me, bringing both of my children into the world. And then later on, I came along to spring equinox ceremony a couple of years down the line. Now the kids are a bit bigger, and like you said, I felt like I was a woman again and not just a mum, and being a person without the children in tow. That was really important for me to make a change. You're now running a festival. Yeah, this is happening. Why did RESTFEST, and how did RESTFEST start?
Well, like everything, it just started as a dream, as a vision. Like, I just had this idea. Again, I was out there, same as where the pregnancy fairs came from. I was just meeting all these incredible women. A lot of them have been teachers to myself. A lot of them I've been to their talks or listened to their coaching or heard some of their seminars. And everybody blew me away. And it was just knowledge that I thought, it's taken me all this time to discover. I just want to bring it into one place for women so they haven't got to go off to London and down to Devon to meet these women. Just bring them to flipping Worthing. Worthing is an amazing place to live. You know, we've got a really huge alternative scene happening. You know, I just love the vibe that's happening in Worthing. So let's bring it to Worthing. Let's bring them all here and let's just get inspiring people. So it's been a dream for probably as I was finishing up doing the pregnancy events. It kind of felt like the natural progression to start running wellbeing events for women. But it was such a big leap and I just knew how much work was involved. I just kept putting it off, just kept shelving it. And I don't know what felt right about this year, but there have been so many shift changes in my own personal journey of self-discovery and retraining, and it just suddenly felt right. It just, that gut instinct, I don't know if anyone else gets that, but that feeling in my tummy, despite other people's advice, probably
concerns,
not to do it, timing. Concerns, especially from my partner, you know, has to be really supportive, and he is, of me and my crazy ideas. But the time just felt right, really felt right. So I just did it all on a whim. The venue that I wanted, Phil Place, it's gorgeous. It was available only one day. It happened to be a day that I was available. The day felt right. So I just literally just booked it and thought, okay, now I'm going to make it happen. And I had my dream team in my head. I knew kind of roughly who I wanted to come along. Because they've been women that had inspired me so much. So yeah, we've got a lot of the dream team coming along to RESTFEST and loads of new lovely ladies as well. I just can't believe.
Yeah, there's such a variety. I think that's what's really attractive to some of the people I know that are coming, that there's something for everybody, and it's not just a motherhood festival where we escape from our children for the day. It's for every woman, whatever your circumstance. There are talks galore, workshops are plenty, and the people that are coming are so inspiring. One of the speakers being yourself. We're really excited about that. So what is your workshop going to be about? I think you're doing 2, aren't you?
I'm doing 2, just because I couldn't decide which to go with, and it's really the 2 kind of key areas that I'm working with. And then the things that I'm seeing crop up with my clients. And the first one is getting women feeling good enough about themselves. So it's called Getting Good Enough. I run a women's group that's got almost 1,000 actually. If you're not already in it, look up Good Enough Women.
Join the group, Good Enough Women. Look it up after this video.
It's just about to undergo a massive shape up, so join in now, because I've been all summer working on a big new look for it as from the 1st of September. So get in now. It's really exciting stuff. But yeah, it's going to be very much based about women's self-esteem and this whole kind of philosophy about being enough. You know, I am enough, because we just have so much pressure in modern lives to be all things to all people all the time, you know, be amazing partners, those of us that are mothers, be mothers, you know, employees, family members, and there are loads of women that care for members of their family, and it's just insane. And then we're looking at other people's lives that are being portrayed on social media as maybe being like picture perfect, and we just do get involved in this whole comparison game the whole time. Or, you know, how is it like she's always on holiday and look at her in this lovely romantic relationship, and you know, her children are always immaculate and so well behaved. Like, we make up these stories from little squares that we see on social media. We've got absolutely no idea what's going on in the background, but we start comparing ourselves, and it's a natural thing to compare ourselves, and it's part of being human. But never before the rise of social media is making us compare against like a much bigger audience than we've ever done before. So I think that's making a lot of women, the kind of women that I've been working with, just not feel like they're enough, and they're not feeling worthy. They don't feel like they've got the resources to help keep up with the pace of life. So that's where my getting good enough comes from.
It's a real issue. I don't think it matters how confident you are, that you can still have those days when you think, I'm not being as good as I can be. And it's a hard one to judge, and it's great when you feel good enough, but it sucks when you get knocked down. And those days you need this group, because you can go on there and be picked up instantly by all the other wonderful, inspiring women that are in this group. And that's what RESTFEST is going to be like too, because there's going to be, it might be a day when you've had so much drams that you can think, oh, how am I going to enjoy this? But there's going to be so much feminine energy and inspiration that you're just going to be fine. You're going to love it. It doesn't matter what day you've had, you're going to be great, you're going to love it, and you're going to come out feeling amazing.
That's the key thing for me, is that it's not just like some kind of party, it's not just some kind of spa day. What is going to happen on that day for the majority of women is that they're going to have really big aha moments. You know, they're going to feel transformed. They're going to have something that is going to last, you know, the weeks and months and, you know, hopefully years and decades, that they will remember that one thing that one person said that was a pivotal moment in helping them through whatever trouble or worry or just challenge. You know, I think, I don't know any woman that's got a perfect life. I don't know any. All of us have got a struggle. It's not
it's just not a reality.
No,
it's not reality. It's hard to remember, but it's true.
It's true for sure, but there's so much help and support out there. You know, if it is just going to sit in a bell tent in the field, you know, just surrounded by other women, there's so many good work and just sharing. Like I'm going to start doing some name dropping now, all the great stuff that's going on. But Mum Face Grace is an absolute legend. She's hilarious. And I just love the idea of women just having this confessional with Mum Face Grace about all of their shame and their guilt and their moments where they can just offload that to Mum Face Grace. And just being like a confession. Yeah, that's just going to be awesome. Got Jill Wooten, who is just fabulous. She's a huge inspiration to me. And she's going to talk about money and abundance. Because as women, we've all got shit relationships with money, like terrible relationships in money, and it doesn't have to be that way, you know. There's so much work that can be done in the mind that really will affect the amount of money that in your bank account. Like, it's quite incredible when you start looking at the science of money, and how your mind affects that, and your belief systems about, you know, whether you're worthy. Again, as women, you know, asking to charge for our services, and, you know, receiving. We're really good at giving. As women, we're fabulous at giving. Give. And a lot of us are not so good at receiving. And that's where the whole abundance thing comes in with Jill. So
what's your second workshop about, though? Because don't worry about the others. They're going to tell us themselves if they haven't already. But tell us about the other workshop that you're going to be hosting.
So, other workshop is really based upon, all year I've been running a coaching program called Dream, Believe, Achieve, which has been totally inspired by my own journey, from all the way from becoming a hypnobirthing teacher to now currently planning to take my family next year on a world backpacking mission.
Amazing.
It's been 3 years of just one day deciding that I needed to stop dreaming and start doing. And again, that was
love hearts for this. Lots of love.
It's so big, it's making me feel a bit emotional talking about it. Such a big stage.
Because you've been grafting.
I have been grafting, for sure. But it all started just, oh God, I really am.
Come on, we've got this. We can do this. Let's get through this.
For sure. But I want to share this story because, you know, I'm just an ordinary woman, really. You know, there's nothing fancy about me. Anyone that knows me knows that. Only thing I think is different about me is that I really believe in what I'm capable of.
You're awesome.
But, yeah, let's just rewind back to the end of 2016. And looking in on my life, you might have thought that it looked pretty picture perfect and everything I was posting on social media. I had 3 beautiful children, gorgeous house, looks like a really thriving little business. But I was just deeply, deeply unsatisfied. I was doing the school run, the same school mums, beautiful women, love them to pieces. And there's a couple of particular mums, we used to walk the same route home on the way home after dropping the kids off. And it would be like, what are you doing today? And everyone would be like, this, that, and the other. I just kept talking about going travelling. Just wanted to set off in the sunset in my camper van with my kids and just fuck all this bullshit, basically, all the mundane, everyday.
The dailies.
Yeah, and I just one day just kept making up loads of excuses why I couldn't do it. First of all, like, we were drowning in debt was the first excuse. You know, my business wasn't really making a lot of profit. We'd been through some really tough financial times, and I mean, like, really tough, like redundancies and companies going bankrupt, owing my husband really big invoices and stuff. And you can use all of that as an excuse why you can't do it. I'm not worthy of it. I'm not good enough to do it. You know, life sucks. You know, why me and all of that. But actually, I decided that I could do it still. So it was real, like a thunderbolt of lightning. I was just like, I'm just going to do it. And I'm not even going to listen to what everybody else is telling me around me. It keeps telling me that I can't do it. You can't have it all. You got 3 kids. You can't do this. You can't do that. Like, so much noise, so much negative noise around me. So I just started making some really big decisions. I just had this moment of clarity, which said to me, you need to spend less and earn more. And in order to earn more, I needed to retrain and have a bit of a wider set of skills I felt, because I was very, very niche, just dealing with pregnancy. So that's where retraining as a hypnotherapy teacher came around. And that wasn't a very easy conversation to have with my husband, because it involved a big investment of money. Bearing in mind, we're drowning in debt at this time. So trying to have a conversation with him saying, I want to spend all this money, you know, wasn't well received to begin with, but I did it anyway. And it's the best thing I ever did, like the best thing I've ever done for me, apart from my children and my marriage. But like, for me, the best thing I ever did. Just the people that I met and the information that I learned. Oh, what an experience. I recommend it to anybody to just go after that first step. And that's where it started, the first step. We decided to downsize our living arrangements so that we could start paying off the debt. And, you know, I know not everyone has this opportunity, but we happen to have a spare house kind of going in the family. But again, it didn't come easy. I had to work really hard to get that agreement for our family to allow me to move and to rent out our house. And we managed to really cut our living expenses back substantially, so we could start paying off thousands of pounds of debt. One day I will tell you all how much it was. At the moment, I've still got a lot of shame and guilt around it, but I'm doing a lot of work, and I'm going to do some debt busting workshops and some money workshops, because, yeah, again, just amazing stuff that people need to know. But so we did that for almost 18 months, and then the house was needed back again. So we moved back to our house that at the time still felt really unaffordable, because when we bought it, I had a big, lovely salary, London salary. And things just changed, you know, over time. But this time I've done the most mental thing ever. This is like creative thinking, solution-focused thinking at its premium. I'm like, right, we're back in this house that we really want to be in. Can't really afford to be living here because, you know, it's a massive mortgage. So I know what, I'll rent it out on Airbnb. That's what I'll do this summer, as well as organising a festival and trying to grow a therapy business. Yeah, so it's been huge this summer. I cannot even explain.
Airbnb is like a second or third business for you then, technically.
Yeah, totally.
Just
totally.
another one on the plate.
Yeah, I'm a chief chambermaid. Like, I've never done so much laundry in my life.
But it's going to be worth it.
It's so worth it. Like, it's really sorted us out. Like, but it's been bold enough to do that, you know, to go, okay, I'm happy having other people in my house. And it hasn't been without incident. You know, we've had raves in our house, and we've had barbecues and food fights in our garden with the neighbours. Like, it's just been, like, insane.
You can't write this.
I know, I'm going to write a book about it. It's just been bonkers, but it has worked, you know. It's really sorted us out, really almost got enough money to really start thinking about booking flights for our trip now, which is what the last 3 years has all been about. So I just keep focused on that, you know. I do have days I just question my sanity. But I have such a big vision for the life that I want to lead that it just keeps me going. I just can't not do it. So
that's your drive. That's the bottom line. That's what's pushing you through these decisions and through all this planning for this event and more.
Yeah, and more. There's so much. Like, I think I have like ADHD for the brain. Like, I have like a million tabs open at once of like all the different ideas that I want to do. But
so what does Naomi do?
In answer to your question,
yeah,
that's what my second workshop at RESTFEST is about. Is about this process, because it's not all just me making my mind up that I'm going to do this stuff. I'm doing a lot of work self-work and changing my mindset about a lot of beliefs and stories that I have to enable me to believe that I can do this crazy stuff. And that doesn't come without doing work. So my Dream, Believe, Achieve series of workshops is a little taster of that at RESTFEST, to just share some of the techniques that I use to keep me doing all this crazy stuff.
Can you give us a hint into a technique you might use?
Yeah, gosh, a lot of it is hypnotherapy based. So recreating neural pathways in our mind so that our busy brains that receive so many millions of pieces of information every day, we have to filter them through for our reticular activating system in our brain to focus on what it is that we want. So a really simple way to explain that is like, you know, if you were to go out and buy a white Mini, for example, then everywhere you looked, all of a sudden you start seeing white Minis and you're like, I didn't really notice these white Minis before. Where they all come from? They've always been there. You've just never noticed because life's so busy. And it's like when you're pregnant, you suddenly start noticing loads of pregnant ladies. They've always been there.
That's exactly what I was just about to say. That happened to me when we started trying for a baby. I was like, all of a sudden, everyone around me was pregnant. I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Definitely, because you're drawn to that. So your brain, you've highlighted it as something that's important. Your particular activating system then filters all the millions of pieces of messages to find what's important for you. So I teach women how to use that to their advantage. So some people call it the law of attraction, others really see it from the psychological point of view. And you know, I'm somewhere in the middle, but I teach you ways to keep that reticular activating system working for you, so you can spot the breadcrumbs, so you can spot the clues, you see the opportunities you might otherwise miss that are trying to lead you to that end result. That anything is possible. I believe in miracles.
I believe in RESTFEST.
I believe in RESTFEST too, yeah. So I will be sharing a little bit of that at RESTFEST too.
Fantastic. So there's going to be 18 different workshops that you can pick and choose and talks you can choose from. So if someone buys a ticket, what are they going to expect when they turn up?
It's going to be like nothing else, I hope, that they've ever been to. You know, it's going to be very special from the moment they arrive. You know, I want every woman to arrive feeling like a goddess and leave feeling like a goddess too. So it's a day that they can be creating for themselves. You know, the pick and mix workshop, they don't have to go to, there's 5 opportunities to go to workshops, and you can pick throughout the day the ones you want to go to. So if you don't fancy any of them, you can just go and chill. The surroundings are beautiful. The food we've got laid on for the silver and gold members is just impeccable, like a mouth-watering, thinking about all this delicious, nutritious food. So there's lots of opportunities to tailor it for you. We've got pampering, we've got beauty treatments, we've got a market set up so that you can just go and wander and chat to really amazing people selling their wares and their services and their knowledge and their stuff. So it's something for everybody. Like, it's just a gathering of women as well. And I loved chatting to Megan last week and saying, you know, when women gather, magic happens, and it will be electrifying. It's going to be electrifying. So many awesome women in one really magical place, just all on such a sharing, caring vibe that you can't help but have magnificent change in your life. You know, it's going to be special. It's
an atmosphere that's going to be created by like-minded and like-hearted women. It's just going to be unreal, and I cannot wait.
I know.
I've got a couple more questions for you, Naomi.
Okay.
You don't know about these ones. So what makes your idea of a wonderful festival?
Oh, I'm a massive fan of festivals. Sadly, I didn't really discover them until after I had kids. You know, I was partying in different ways and tropical islands and stuff before I had kids, and then all of a sudden we needed to work on budget a bit more. So, perfect festival for me is just that variety, that opportunity to try stuff that you wouldn't normally. You know, just having it all there, just to sample and taste, and like, not only the food but the people, and it's definitely about the environment and the ambience and just really beautiful people, like just coming together, the gathering.
And are you mad on festival fashion?
Festival fashion, wow. It depends what scale of mad. When I've been to Wilderness, you know, that is mad festival fashion. Oh, thanks, Madeline. These earrings are actually from Wilderness.
Gorgeous.
That's perfect timing, Madeline. So these, yeah, there are some amazing bespoke jewelry people going to be at RESTFEST too. I'm like, yeah, I love dressing up. I love getting involved, like, but don't feel like it's necessary. That's the thing. Like, if you want to come in your jogging bottoms and your yoga gear, that's totally cool. That's totally the vibe at Wilderness as well. It's just like anything goes. You can rock up wearing red sequin nipple tassels with feathers in your hair and rockets on your
mine,
yeah. If you want. If that's your vibe, baby, or you can rock up in your yoga gear or your white flowing dress or just your jeans and a t-shirt. We don't care. We really don't care. It's going to be one of the friendliest, happiest places for women. I hate all the cliquey stuff, like, you know, when you go places and you just feel really like, I don't fit in, like, I feel really like everyone's looking at me, and it's just like, there's going to be none of that. I will not have it at any of my events.
No
Anyone that's been to my events knows that it's not the way that we roll. It's all
everybody's
really
so lovely as well.
Yeah, we've got a great tribe. I'm very proud of all the women that gather with us. You know, I couldn't do it without them.
So what are you doing at the moment for your relaxation time? How do you switch off from the event planning? How do you chill?
How do I chill? Well, I need to take some of my own advice sometimes. I think you'll find most therapists find it very difficult to take their own advice. But I am a massive fan of hot pod yoga. I have to admit, I haven't been for a lot of the summer because it's just been so mental with RESTFEST. Well, not RESTFEST, Airbnb and RESTFEST and everything else. But yeah, a bit of hot pod yoga, just hanging out with my girlfriends, offloading, and just having that real quality time with my girlfriends. There's nothing like having a proper download to one of a really close female, or any female really, and just sharing your experiences together. I love that. I love holidaying with those kind of people and just getting away from it all, have a little cocktail or two. Yeah, escapism really. Switch off, listening to audiobooks. I do a lot of listening. That's real downtime for me. I do some journaling and collaging and that kind of stuff as well. But yeah, I could do better for sure.
So can we move on to what might be next after RESTFEST?
What might be next after RESTFEST? There's loads in the pipeline. It's time for me to get super serious. If you didn't already think I was serious, I'm getting real serious after RESTFEST, because it'll only be 6 months till we need to go off on our travels. So I am taking a lot of my business online. I'll give you a sneak peek that I'm going to start a membership group. It's going to be really low cost, but really available for women to have access to fantastic first class support online whilst I travel, you know. So I'm going to be able to broadcast from the beach in Costa Rica. And really share my experiences, my coaching, my hypnotherapy work, like, from around the world. That's my dream. That's the next step. There'll be more RESTFESts because, you know, we have you and Jen. Because we love them. It's definitely going to be more. I'm thinking March at the moment. You know, I'm keen to know that there's another one in the diary that we've got to work towards. So I'm thinking March, another one, probably at the same venue if we can get a date, or somewhere in Worthing, keeping it local. But yeah, RESTFEST is going to be around for a while. Good Enough Women is going global. And I am going to rest a little bit harder myself too.
So we've got 3 different price brackets, 3 different types of tickets available at RESTFEST. There's the bronze, which will get you the entry and all the lovely goodie bag that is being curated at the moment.
How good are the goodie bags, MJ?
So good. I don't want to give too much away, but there's something and something. So we'll see. So you have to get your ticket, and you have to come along to RESTFEST to grab a goodie bag. The silver one. It's just like the best. It's like Christmas.
And the design of the goodie bags themselves, it's worth just coming for the actual goodie bag, let alone the stuff that's going to be in them.
Yeah, silver tickets, so you'll get your catering, and you also get to book in a treatment in the pop-up spa, which is just heaven. There's 3 therapists there, and they've got a range of treatments, and they are just lush. There's
so
also
totally got beauty kind of treatments, so eyebrows, a bit more detailed eyebrows, and head massages and facials. Or Stephanie's going to be doing bespoke one-to-one makeup tutorials as well. If you've got that question like that you just really get stuck on all the time, like Stephanie is just the most incredible makeup artist, so she's going to do one-to-one tutorials with women if you've got a silver ticket, so you can just learn a little bit more about what you actually need.
And then the gold tickets, where all your catering is included. You get your VIP schmooze with the guest speakers, and possibly an after party. But
yes, definitely an after party. You've just got to arrange it first.
I'm on it. Leave it with me. But is there anybody that's watching that has some questions for Naomi? And while we just talk about these tickets and where you can get them, perhaps you can pop your questions up and we can spin them to you. So where can we find out more info about RESTFEST if nobody actually knows already?
I mean, where have you been? Under
exactly.
A rock? Seriously. I have made a website all about RESTFEST, all about the RESTFEST, and it's simple. It's www.restfest.co.uk. You can get over there, have a little squidgy look at the schedule. It's going to change slightly. We've got some really new, great, exciting additions to go on there. It's not finalised yet, but it'll give you a really good flavour of what's going on. So you can head over there, but that's where you buy your tickets. Bronze, silver, or gold.
I'm particularly excited about the sexologist.
I know, how exciting. How to keep the passion alive when you're totally knackered.
All the time.
It's perfect. Bless Lucy, she was giving me some workshop titles, which are probably aimed at like maybe 20-year-olds. And I was a bit like, do you know what? We're all knackered. What can we do when we're tired? And she was like, okay, I've got the thing. I've got the thing that you ladies need. So yeah, she's coming along. She's going to be amazing. Have you checked out her Instagram? Her Instagram's brilliant.
I have. And I've looked at the website. It's Juice and Jasmine. She is her Instagram handle, I believe, at Juice and Jasmine. And saucy. And
it's very saucy.
Say no more.
Yeah. It's going to be like, I want to go to all the workshops. This is the thing. Like, how can I be hosting the day? I'm going to be like zipping in all of the workshops.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be soaking it all up too.
It's going to be tough.
Definitely. So yeah, that's where you get your tickets. A really important thing, ladies, is that the price is going up next Friday, 31st of August at midnight. The price goes up. So you want to make some savings.
1 week left. 1 week.
1 week, yeah, 31st of August. They go up at midnight. So if you're a wise woman, I'd get in quick because they're quite substantial savings. When they go up in September, that'll be when there's no more promotions happening online or anything. So now really is your chance. We've done all our promotions. We've done all our early birds. Everything's occurred. So yeah, it's time
and the
to
countdown.
buy.
It's 42 days to go.
Oh man, it's so exciting. And do you know what? I just keep thinking about what an amazing investment it is in yourself as well. You know, I know a lot of people have put off it. Ooh, £50 for me. But like, you know, you'd easily spend that on a concert ticket or going out for a really gorgeous dinner with your partner or something. But this is a gift that you're going to give to yourself that is just going to be giving for a long time. You know, it's really going to be of benefit to your heart, your soul, your self-love, your just future you know, give that gift to the future you instead of spending that money on other people, our children, our partners, our friends. You know, give the gift of giving back to yourself. And
it's effectively a pair of shoes, isn't it? There's so many things you could compare this price ticket to. £55 is a small investment when it comes to your whole wellness, whole well-being, inside, outside. It's got you covered.
Totally. A lot of the women that are coming along, you know, they charge over £100 an hour to see them, and they're there giving you all that information in a real bite-sized chunk that you can put in your pocket and keep for a super long time. So it's just huge investment, huge benefit to the investment.
There's a couple of things that women should be bringing along with them on the day. Maybe a notepad.
Oh, definitely bring your journals. I think quite a few workshops are going to involve some writing. So yeah, if you haven't already, good excuse to buy a new notebook. I always like a new notebook in my life. Yeah, totally. New notebook required, ladies. What else do they need?
I think with some of the more practical workshops, they might need comfy clothes. Let's be honest, because it's going to be there's going to be Koya, which people will find out about soon. If you don't, there's Koya with Megan on Instagram, and she's Koya with Megan as well. And what is Koya? We'll find out. But
yeah, she's coming up. We've got to do our live with her. Yeah.
And there's yoga as well with Katie Robinson, and there's
Hannah,
hand-holding Hannah. There's going to be some more practical, maybe lying down, standing up, sitting around. Just come comfy, I think. Bring a journal.
Yeah, definitely. Or with your
out with aroma,
nipple things and feathers as well. Come comfy and with nipple tassels.
Yeah, okay, I'll work that one out. I'll incorporate them in my outfit. I'm going to actually do that now.
Good.
Point.
Don't.
There's Bliss Out with Aroma with Zoe
Swan, who's another legend. I can't wait to introduce everybody to Zoe Swan. She is just like the epitome of a very exciting woman, very wise woman, like just loves well-being, just really, really just gives so much to women, help them feel awesome.
It's going to be a day, so please, everybody that's watching, everybody that is going to watch after this video has gone off live, find us on our website, www.restfest.co.uk. Find our event on Facebook, find out about us on Instagram, and we'll invite you along to the best day ever. Naomi, thank you so much for talking with us and everybody.
My pleasure.
There's been lots of love.
Done a great job.
Have a quick look, see if there's any questions. I think everyone's gone shy.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm all talked out.
I've grilled you.
You did. You did a great job. You did a fantastic job. I can hand the rein over to you now, MJ.
Okay. All right. Have a great evening. Thank you, everybody.
Good night. Thanks for tuning in.
Good night. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.